Started jogging in a park, I think. And then I was living in Stockholm, which is, for a big city, it's very green. So I just ended up running on trails and completely fell in love with it. My first trail run, I don't even remember, but I started jogging to complete a 30K road race in Sweden. My first ultra trail race was in Annecy in 2015, because I ran a flat 90K trail race in Sweden called Ultravasan. And then I finished second, and it was like an international field, and that was like my main breakthrough in Sweden, and I got offered to be on the national team for trail running, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna go to a place called Annecy in France and run the world champs. I'm like, okay. And I was living in south of Sweden, and it's like flat. So I did all my uphill running on this disgusting little gym staring into a brick wall. And then I went to Annecy, and I've never run. It's different. Ultra trail is different from flat trail running. This Annecy is very technical and very steep. I went out okay, but then the downhills broke me. And there's this special section of the race. Everyone who's done maxi race knows it. I don't need to explain it. They're like, oh, the shitty road. Yes, the shitty road. It's like a transport road, and you run down it. It is technical, too steep, too bouldery, and terrible. And I was just crumbling there, and then Andrea Hauser bombed past me. What are we doing in Latour? We're staying there because it's paradise. It's like a motto I have. Think that you can get everything you want in life, but you cannot want everything. But one of the things that I want is beautiful nature. It's just you never get bored of it. Yeah. Nature's beauty, you never get bored of it. Yeah, this guy, so he's from the Aosta Valley, from a honey farmer in the Italian Alps. We got him for free, just shipping and vaccination costs for some reason. No, but his owner, they just wanted the dogs to have really nice homes. And he's turned into my best running buddy, and just this crazy, grandiose mountain character that has kind of his own way of life around here. It's my first dog. So just like us humans, they're pack animals. So I was kind of expecting that we would have this bond. I've had cats before, they're not pack animals, but it's really nice. Everything just went wrong. I definitely have a very distinct lowest moment ever in ultra trail running, and it was when I was not in a good space as an athlete and just decided to, I'm just going to go and run this little race called Grand Ride, aka Diagonale de Fou. And I just went to the Union on a whim to run the hardest 100-miler ever invented. And I wasn't prepared, and I wasn't heat adapted or anything, and I just set up way too fast and just ran for it, and had this crazy heat stroke in the middle of, because you run down into a volcanic crater, and there I got heat stroke, and I just started to lose my mind, and I had some local people crewing me, and they told me afterwards that they had asked me at the aid station if I wanted to change shoes, and then I had answered, what are shoes? And they're like, you should probably not continue, and I was like, bye-bye. And after that, that was when the second night of the race came, and that's when I was dehydrated, disoriented, and then I started to feel really bad in my stomach. I'm like, oh no, they call it the reunion stomach, and that's why toilet paper is mandatory equipment. So I was like, oh, this is not good. This is where I need to poop now. And I was on a trail, and I didn't have time to go anywhere, so I just like jumped behind a bush that was way too small and just completely out of it, physically, mentally, and just I didn't even know where I was. I was like shitting everywhere, and then I hear someone coming on the trail. And I'm like, oh my God, no. Just be quiet. If you're quiet enough, they will smell you, but they won't hear you, and they probably won't see you because it's dark. So I just sat there, not breathing, being super, super quiet. And the person who passed me was Audrey Tanguy, who was second in the race because I was up in the lead. And that's when I was like, okay, this is definitely one of the worst, or this is definitely one of the lowest low points. And then I just started laughing and jogged and then I jogged to catch up with her, but she went on at a much faster pace. But it's still, I don't think I've ever had so much fun, because I was just like laughing at myself, laughing at the misery. It's impossible to explain. I think it's also impossible to like tyst med dig, some Swedish. It's impossible to differentiate between trail running and other changes we made in our life, because we simplified a lot and just trying to live a more authentic and simple life these days than what we did before. But trail running is part of that. For me, it makes me a better person for sure. It grounds me. I have a huge need for spending time outside, so it's a great excuse to just be outside with this guy all the time. But it grounds me, and it's sort of, I think ultra running and trail running both sort of clears the head in a way. It strips off a lot of the, the English word, is bullshit an okay word? Like of impressions that we're being bombarded with, and you actually become a bit more relaxed and better human from it. I think that's the true like value of this activity. You become a better person, just handling the world in a better way. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, but you do.
It's just it keeps us centered, doesn't it?
Yeah.